hassle. It's easy by real people who care. Find out why they've been first every time for over 70 years by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM. You're listening to the WTIM morning show on your information station, and the show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and we've got the Master Gardeners of the University of Illinois Extension in with us this morning. I'll introduce each of them one at a time. On my left is Kathi Knope. Kathi, good to have you back.
Good to have you.
Yes. And then on my right is Gwen Podeschi. Gwen, good to see you.
Hi,
again.
good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you both. And I know we've had a lot of hot weather as of late. It's also not been quite as dry as we've had in the past before. And so it sounds like that's, not wreaking, I guess, too much havoc on gardens. What do you have?
Maybe not maybe on gardeners.
Yeah,
gardeners. My recommendation to people this time of the year, no matter what, is to get out very early in the morning and get your work done so that you have as little stress.
Melt.
No, this morning actually was pretty cool. It's so cold actually in this studio that I stepped out earlier to warm up, and I didn't even warm up that much, at least in the shade. So, so good that's not affecting gardens too much,
right.
Although the gardeners definitely. So hot weather. We were talking last time about Japanese beetles. We've now had a little bit of the peak summer months. How has that been kind of playing out as you folks have found?
Well, I think it's been less. They're very much, numbers are reduced this year. Yay, rah.
Yeah.
But they had a couple of double whammies. They had a very dry summer last summer, and the females, as I was reading in an article this weekend, when I was visiting my son, is they are seeking a moist place where the ground is easy to get into to lay their eggs in July and August. So we didn't have too much moist ground in July and August last year, followed by a winter of several very, very deep cold spells. And that also, and I've noticed I haven't dug a tremendous amount in my garden, but I haven't seen a lot of grubs this year, which is where they spend the years when they're not out eating your roses. So I think it's been a reduced year, but they're still out there. And the easiest method to get them under control is to just go out on what I call a beetle hunt a few times a day, tap them into soapy water and, let them go meet their maker that way without laying eggs. So,
and usually,
they'll go on through August.
Yeah. Usually it's better in the morning when they're groggy. Half awake, I call them.
And sometimes very late in the evening if you're out. One thing I did observe this year is that we've had a really nice year for lightning bugs.
Yes.
Lots and lots of lightning bugs. And that's fun for kids, fun for us. It's fun.
Yeah, no, I've seen them actually outside my window, which I did not see, I think, at all last year.
Right.
So,
they were very down. Their numbers were down last year. So anyway, but it's whatever, and just kind of keep an eye. You'll have the beetles with you. In a very bad year, we'll often tell people to just cut your roses back, and they'll come a flush of bloom in September before the cold that will give you some more rose color in your garden, because they really that's one plant that most of us have, and they really like them.
Yeah. So, and in terms of, and I can add that in terms of the dish soap and water, that actually works on a lot of bugs, not specifically Japanese beetles.
Oh yeah. I mean, anything, because the soap keeps them from being able to swim out of the water or lift themselves
Put
up.
a lid on it.
Yeah. So anyway, but we'll continue dealing with those guys for a while.
Yeah. No, it sounds like it, but it sounds like that's what you folks are trying to work through, and we appreciate you sharing your insights on all of that. I want to move to another topic kind of related to gardening. Actually, this is another insect. We were talking a little bit about cicadas earlier. So share with our listeners kind of about what's going on nowadays and how that's come about.
Well, you'll hear the annual cicadas now, and they're here every year. But the periodic cicadas, which occurred 2 years ago or so, did some damage to trees. They cut slits in the end of small branches, and then that branch later is compartmentalized off and dies. And so you may this year, based on the hot, dry summer we had last year, you may start to really observe that cicada damage up high in your trees. You'll see flagged branches or dying branches. So
Mhm.
that's, just be aware of that they're not due to come back, at least one set for another 11 years and the other set maybe for 15, but
Yeah.
you will see some of the
Mhm.
damage now occurring, and I've had people observe that. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like, I guess historically, you folks know the area better than I do. Have cicadas been like this present? Because I don't remember hearing them much last summer. Of course, I don't have a garden, but yeah, it feels kind of
it's just one of those things that you hear, and if you
Yeah,
know
that's
what you're
okay.
listening to, they're out there a bit, and the annual ones really don't
Yeah,
do
they
any
don't do
damage.
much
They don't
damage to
do the kind of sort of substantial damage that the periodic ones do.
Yeah.
And as I said, those are very much on schedule. It's like somebody set a
Yeah, timer.
reminder on their little cell phones.
Yeah,
No,
it's like,
not really. But that's kind of the way those go. And just kind of wanting to remind people, if you're looking at that saying, boy, I didn't think that tree looked like that. What's gone on? What happened? It may be
Yes.
that. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
just something to watch out for. And if, you have a question about something like that, you're always welcome to call the help desk on Thursday mornings at the extension office. 287-7246 should still get you there, or you can bring in samples and we'll be glad to help
Yep.
you with that. We're there Thursday mornings from 9 to 11.
All right, and I'm glad you got to put in a plug for that as well. Yeah, I mean, I've certainly heard cicadas before in such places as Chicago, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Mhm.
not to that extent here,
Yeah.
nearly. So yeah, that's what's going on with cicadas. I had some stuff I wanted to talk about regarding like logistics with you folks and the extension. Anything else you want to add about like any recent gardening trends, anything like that before we kind of move on to that?
I don't think so. I
No.
mean, we've just, like I said, it is the time of the year when daylilies, if you've got hybrid daylilies, they've been blooming and things. And this is also going to be, we're pretty soon coming up to the time when it's going to be a good time to split and divide some of the big perennials that you might have in your garden.
All right. So some tips there from the master gardeners. We were talking last couple times about a photo class that had been scheduled. Did that end up happening?
Well, it did not, because that was right after the rain event, and there was
mud.
some substantial muddy
Okay,
places. So we are trying to still reschedule that one. And we had hoped to visit the community garden and emerald garden sometime this year with people, but we have had to reschedule that.
Mhm.
So something's come up and we've had to reschedule that. But we are in the very early planning states meeting on Thursday down at Kitchell Memorial Park. We're going to be evaluating that for our fall tree walk this year. So you'll maybe hear more of about that coming up once we get a date set and decide what we want to focus on down at Kitchell and Pana.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're gonna meet this Thursday. Now, this
This is our
the tree
regular.
walk?
That's our regular
Regular
master
meeting
gardener
day.
meeting.
Oh, okay, all right. So you're saying you're looking at Kitchell Park to maybe do the tree walk there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're
Okay,
going to meet
sweet.
down there.
Yeah. All right. So now, is the tree walk connected to the photo class, or
No,
No,
this
okay.
is just totally separate. It's something to get folks familiar with trees. I know that in my day in junior high and high school, we did leaf collections and
collection.
things, but they don't seem to do that as much
Uh-uh.
anymore. So anyway,
Yeah, no, I remember those too at the Audubon Center in Vermont. But yeah, no, that's cool that you've got all of that going on, and best wishes on hopefully getting the photo class too.
Yes, we'd love
kinda
to
go off
redo
of
that,
pitch.
yeah.
Yes. So yeah, best wishes with that. I'm talking right now with Kathi Knope and Gwen Podeschi, master gardeners at the University of Illinois Extension. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about some other classes they've got going on and all of that. So that'll be coming up right here after this break on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
When it comes to connecting with America's farmers and ranchers, nothing beats the authentic voice of Ag Radio. Farm broadcasters have been the voice of rural America since 1944, building trusted relationships with agricultural producers across generations. Today, the network of over 140 ag radio stations reaches farmers and ranchers during their most productive hours when they're actively working their operations and making business decisions. What makes Ag Radio uniquely effective? Farmers listen to farm broadcasters for information that directly impacts their livelihood. When your message is delivered alongside crucial weather updates, market reports, and agricultural news, it receives the same attention and credibility. Farm Radio Connects offers agricultural advertisers targeted access to this engaged audience through professionals who understand both broadcasting and agriculture. According to the National Association of Farm Broadcasting, 78% of farmers consider information from farm broadcasters highly trustworthy. When you need to reach rural America effectively, choose the voices they already trust. Visit IllinoisFarmRadio.com and discover how Ag Radio can elevate your agricultural marketing strategy.
It's never too early to start thinking about back-to-school preparations. Part of getting your kids ready for the new school year means making sure they're healthy. SIU Center for Family Medicine is here to help with back-to-school and sports physicals. Healthy kids learn better and play harder. Call 217-824-1134 today to schedule your appointment. That's 217-824-1134. SIU Medicine. Forward for you.
AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Chip Flory. We join you weekday mornings from 10 to 11 on WTIM on AM and FM and on the WTIM streams. We provide farmers and ranchers with timely insights and information aimed at improving their operations. Join me, Chip Flory, weekdays at 10:06 on your ag information station, WTIM.
It's summertime, and that means baseball, backyard barbecues, and a little well-deserved me time. Make your time even better with delicious Prairie Farms flavored milk. Our single-serve flavor options are unmatched. Try rich peanut butter chocolate, indulgent salted caramel, or smooth classic strawberry. There's a savory flavor for everyone to enjoy. Look for Prairie Farms single-serve bottles of flavored milk at your favorite grocery or convenience stores. Then visit prairiefarms.com for recipes and exclusive coupons. Locally made, naturally delicious. Prairie Farms flavored milk.
Grow more memories with Heartland Bank. Banking for every stage of life. Because strong relationships build strong communities. Heartland Bank, helping your dreams grow. Visit hbtbank.com or click our banner at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Member FDIC.
I am Bob Raddings of the Bob Raddings family of dealerships. See our huge inventory of about 2,000 vehicles by clicking on our ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
We're back on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station, and it's sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and I continue with Kathi Knope and Gwen Podeschi, Master Gardeners at the University of Illinois Extension. Now, you folks have quite a few other classes coming up for community members and other gardening enthusiasts in the area. Tell our listeners about those classes.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure about how many classes we've got coming up.
don't
Andrew
either.
may have some things, but we do have a couple of big sales
And sales,
in the area. We've got the Central Illinois Daylily Society sale, which will take place on Saturday, August 1st from noon to 3 at the Washington Botanical Garden in Springfield. That's off of Fayette as you go down. And it's really a great time to buy some hybrids of most people. When they think of daylilies, they either think of the Stella Doro or they think of just the old ditch lilies. But these are hybrids, so you can get them in purple, white, red, pink, yellow, orange, just any
color.
combination of those colors thereof, and size flowers. So they are really something. And then also on Sunday, July 20, let me check it here. Got to check my phone. July 26th, again, from around 12:30 to 1:30 or 12:30 to 3 or so at the Washington Botanical Gardens is the national or the Springfield area Iris Society. And again, those are hybrids. You're going to find Dutch iris, Siberian iris, the traditional flag iris, and just everything
Anything in between.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if they sell. I have a really neat one. It's a dwarf crested iris, and it's it's very low growing and it's a native,
Mhm.
beautiful little plant. So I don't know if they have any of those, but if they do, pick some up. They're fun.
Yeah.
So those are places. And, the nice thing, as Kathy was saying, the members are
Yeah, they're very informative, and we'll talk to you about all
Right.
the irises. Or
how to
daylilies.
plant them,
and
how to care
plan.
for them, what
Yeah.
pests you might have to worry about. So it's a great opportunity to pick up some things and also to pick up some tips.
Mhm.
Join the groups. They're fun.
I do too.
have been a member of Central Illinois Daylily Society, and I'm also a member of the Illinois Native Plant Society, which Kathy is. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's a fun.
It's a good fun thing. to
Yeah,
do.
it sounds like it. And yeah, in terms of those tips, I mean, I hear you two talking about tips all the time. So so you'll get that from the master gardeners there. Now, in terms of irises, I don't have any at the moment. So is this something that like people would want to like put in their gardens at this point of the year? Would it have been earlier? How does that go?
Probably earlier.
Well, it's ideally though, really these late summer to early fall times are the prime time to split irises, daylilies, hostas, the big perennials that a lot of us depend on to give our garden
a look.
a look,
Yeah.
a look,
A look.
as
A look.
Kathy says, a look. So these are the great times to do that, provided that the fall rains are kind to us.
Mhm.
You can get these split up. And that's why you'll find these two groups having their sales now, because this is the ideal time.
Yeah.
Want to tell folks, I think with irises too, they sell these bare root.
Yeah, they
So
do.
you don't have to worry about, this is a little guide to how to plant, but you don't have to worry about that soil ball from the pot.
It's bare root, and they label them, and
Yeah,
they
and
have
they're very
pictures of
much
them,
easier,
so
very
it's a
much
lot
easier. Both irises and daylilies going to be mostly full sun. They like full sun, bloom best in those times, even though purples and reds, daylilies will get sort of hot in full sun. So partial or afternoon shade is good for them. Hostas, of course, are the backbone of any shade garden.
Yep.
So those are good. It's good times to watch for those.
Yeah, it is.
And watch for those sales. Put them on your calendars.
Yep.
26th and August 1st.
Okay, so 26th and August 1st, and I think let's see, the August 1st is a Saturday, and then 26th
is a Sunday.
Yeah,
right.
So that was a
So
Sunday.
they're weekend days. So
Yep.
you should have plenty of time to get out there and find some things.
Yeah, find some things that
Find some fun stuff.
sounds like it's prime time for this part of the season as well.
Yeah, the daylilies mine have bloomed very early.
Mine did too.
They're awfully, but they've been very vivid this year. The colors
Yeah, me too.
have been great.
Me too.
Okay,
So
nice. So you got those irises and all of that available for or in those sales coming up. Any other sales, anything like that to talk about for?
well,
folks in the near
we've
future?
of course got our help desk continues. Like
Yep.
I said,
Yep.
9 to 11 Thursdays. We're going to be at the farmers market again on July 25th from 9 to noon. Our captain, Mike Haiti,
Yeah.
will be there to help. And we've been doing recipe giveaways this year. And also we've been doing the drawings. When we're there, we have folks register and they draw for free garden items.
Yeah.
We've given away clippers and a pruning saw and
sorts
recipe
of
boxes and all kinds
Yeah.
of fun garden stuff. Some garden gloves. I think we gave away some garden gloves. So we've got some things going on, and we're always happy to talk to people about their
Yeah.
garden questions and hopefully recruit new master gardeners.
Yeah.
We have had,
That's what
we've
we
got one person, I think, in training and a couple more that are interested. And so
Will we potentially see that individual on the WTIM morning show?
we hope so.
Yeah, we hope so,
Yeah,
right?
we hope
Yeah,
so. That's our intent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what, we've got about a minute to go. If anyone is interested in becoming a master gardener, how do they do it?
Okay, what you have to do is you need to sign up. There are two ways. It's either completely online classes or a hybrid class, and those go on throughout the year. Andrew will get you, I think there's still a short interview process. And then you just take the training either online or in these classes. They're usually once weekly. And then you do 20 hours a year of volunteer work. and 10 hours a year of continuing ed. So there is a fee involved. I think it's about currently $300. We do offer scholarships for people who complete the training and become active in our group.
Yeah.
So there are scholarships available to offset part of the cost of that.
Okay. All right. So that's how you can become a master gardener, maybe appear on the WTIM morning show as well. Kathi Knope and Gwen Podeschi are among the current master gardeners at the extension, and they've been joining us in this part of the show. Kathi and Gwen, always good to talk to you. Thank you.
Good to talk to you.
Yes.
Let's talk to you.
Yes. And thank you for listening here on the WTIM morning show on your information station. We'll have another conversation coming up in about 10 minutes time. So please stay tuned.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Wildfires have scorched over 3 million acres across the United States so far in 2020.